Hey you guys, Key Mom. I'm going to come and show y'all how to run the gorge to try and do a solo run for yourself. Now, as you guys know, the RNG gods are not always on my side, so I wanted to see if I could do this with a variation of the recipes that most were getting. Now, of course, this is, RNG based, so we're just going with whatever happens to come our way. Now, I do like to start out tilling some of the dirt. That way I have places to plant the wheat and the garlic and the tomatoes that I know I will be using. I don't actually use the signs. I just burn all of those as well. The basic factor for running this particular run solo is trying to get things done as quickly as possible. Now, you can use WX because he goes faster. You can use anybody that you want to. I use Wes because he gets a discount. We like a sale, don't we? Now, once she's finally done talking and you get your coins, I like to start out with the cook pot. And the reason that is because the first 4 recipes that I make are all going to be done in this one thing. Now, after that, when we do desserts and stuff like that, we will have to have the oven and stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and start out with 3 wheat seeds, the packet of blue seeds, instead of the normal 2. That way I just have the extra and I don't have to go, oh no, I need to grind some, wheat into flour to make this. When you're playing with others, it's easy enough to be like, hey, can you run and grab this while I'm doing this and doing this? When you're trying to run it solo, it comes down to a lot of, do I already have this here and how far do I need to go to get it? Now, we will be doing the salt rack and all of that stuff like you do on all of the runs because we want to be able to plate the dishes so that we can ensure that we get the favors and to ensure that we can run away. The stone soup is the easiest one to start out with, I think, most of the times because it gets the most coins. You get like 10 coins for it. And it's a fern, a rock, and a berry. Now, of course, y'all have heard me tell this story, I'm sure, probably 100 times. You'll probably hear it 100 more, especially considering that we're making stone soup. But when we were in school, we used to do a stone soup. It didn't have any actual rocks in it, but that was because I could imagine the kids bringing, all these rocks, and we wouldn't have had anything in the soup but rocks. It would have been delicious. Now, I do pick up the poops whenever I get a chance. Seriously? Look, lady, get out of the way. Move. Is it just me, or does she come and intentionally stand in the way of your cooking? You're, trying to do something, and she's like, what's up? Let me just block your path right here. Waste some time. Freaking mumsy. All right. So now, with this, doing it solo, we keep the wood chopping and stuff like that to a minimum. I generally try to get, at least 3. That means I can cook the next meal. If all else fails, you can grab twigs, you can grab poop, you can burn signs. There's different things, but of course, the poop and the twigs and stuff don't burn as long as the logs do. So you want to really have some logs, and you can do this with less than a stack of logs. I usually get about a stack. Look, and just in time, it's all done. And as you can see, the wheat is coming up. It's halfway done, and we haven't had to rush any of that. We're preparing just in case we have to do bread, because almost always I have to do bread. All right, fingers crossed. Give us a veg. Give us a veg. Give us a veg. Yes, it's a veg. All right. So we're going to be able to get the potatoes from down by Pig King, so we don't have to grow anything or get anything. So right now we can just run along and go over here and talk to Billy and get our salt rack going first and foremost. And I'm going to go ahead and get the fishing rod because we generally need to have that as well at some point in time. So I go ahead and get it anyway. I don't buy the trap, and the reason I don't buy the trap is because we have enough coins with Wes that we can go through and be able to just buy pigeons if we need to. We don't have to chase bunnies into traps, which can be another, kind of time waster for you. Now, on the way down here to get the potatoes, we're going to go ahead and chop some more trees just to make sure that we have, enough wood going on. We want to make sure that, like I said, that we have enough to cook, 8 recipes. And if you make, the 8 recipes, well, it would be more than that. It would be like 24 if you use the 3 minimum to put it in there to make the fire the biggest and stuff like that. Now, including the fact that we burn the sides and stuff, that's why we generally only get like 1 stack of wood. And we pretty much use it all up. And then I think I use, whatever else I can get my hands on, poop, twigs, stuff like that. Rot. I'll throw rot in there, no problem. That sort of stuff, just to make it easier and make sure that we have enough wood and fire burning materials. Now, with this, once we start doing this, we won't go through and come back and probably cut any more of these way down in here like this. Just because it'll be too far off of where we're trying to cook at. If we come and, chop any more at all, it just varies. Depends on the run. I have gone through these and I've tried it multiple different ways, and I've tried to just keep it with being able to get the favors without going, I have to have these recipes. Now, granted, RNG made a liar out of me because they gave us the veg and we've got the potatoes. So this gives us a little bit of an advantage, just because doing the bread and buying the oven and all that, it just takes a little bit more time. So you end up just being a little bit shorter on time than you are. It doesn't make it impossible, mind you. But it just makes it, a little bit more time consuming. Now look at that though. There our wheat is done. Now we don't need it just yet, but we will still need that wheat. See, look there. Now we've got 22 logs. And we can totally put those on there. We did just those, and we'll burn the sign over here and go ahead and get that out of here. Just give us that freedom of that. I'm going to put this potato down here and put the wood over here. Now, I'm holding on to the coins because there's still some things that we're going to be buying and stuff like that. But essentially, you want to try to keep your inventory as empty as possible. Just because when you go to get the platters and the plates and all of that stuff, the bowls and things, you run into an issue because guess what? You got too much stuff in your inventory. Makes it a little bit more difficult. Oh, hold on, that's done. I was going to go ahead and get another wheat, but that one's already done, so we'll go ahead and give him the potatoes. Now, like I said, remember, we are not plating any of these first 4 dishes. Now, I know the next dish that he wants will be meat or fish generally. And what was it that he wanted? He wanted the meat. Okay, so we're going to go and, yeah, I thought I saw that right. All right, so we need just 1 meat, okay, or 1 fish. The way that this one works is you can use 2 of the ferns and 1 meat or 1 fish. So it makes it easier to have that recipe kind of pre-ready. See, regardless of what he asked for, there we go. I kind of had the go-to ready. And we've got our first key coming up with the salt, as you can see. Now I'm going to go down here, and where the heck are you? Oh, there he is. Billy! Billy always hides from me. So we're going to buy a pigeon. Caught the pigeon. Makes me think of Dick Dastardly and Muttley cartoons. That Catch the Pigeon song. It's from before my time, but I watched it a lot as a kid anyway. So we're going to kill this poor little pigeon, make it into a meat scrap. 2 of those. Now this is going to make meatballs. Pick that up right. Jeez Louise. See? Incompetence, I tell you. I was going to run around the crock pot instead of put the wood in there. Thanks. Now, we are dropping off some of the things. Like I said, try to keep your inventory fairly empty. Now, I do know also that after we do this dish, the next dish is going to be our first dessert. And so what I'm doing is I'm grabbing, some poop, but I'm getting 3 berries because the first one we're going to make is a fistful of jam. And the reason we're going to do a fistful of jam is because it'll give us the sapphire coin that we need to open the pink area, which means we can get to the tomatoes and the garlic, and we're going to go ahead and stick another log on there. Burn! Come on, cook faster. Might as well till a few things while we're here. It's all about that multitasking. Ah, look at that. Sweet, it's ready. Oh, and we got stuck. I hate how they do that. They go, ugh. It's like stuttering motion. He cannot move. Now let's put this down again so we got that out of our hand. And the jam, we're going to go ahead and start cooking that. The fistful of jam. And that'll be the dessert. Like I said, that'll get us into the gate. But here are your meaty balls. Have those. Delicious, I tell you. Delicious. Now, we're going to go ahead and get a packet of potato seeds and another thing of wheat seeds. I'm doing the packet of potato seeds just to be sure that I have some other veg that's going to be growing as well. And let me go ahead and get the oven because we're going to need that as well. That will come for the desserts and stuff. But like I said, we didn't have to rush and buy that. It wasn't like an, oh my God, we need this right now kind of thing. It was more of, we knew it was going to come along and we were going to need it eventually. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these out of here. And with this, now when we do the tomatoes and the garlic, we do that just in case he asks for bread, and we can do a garlic bread. And tomato soup is probably one of the best recipes in the whole dang on game. And look at this. I don't have enough holes tilled. This is why you till them, I tell you. Till them, I tell you. So if I'd had one more, I could have totally planted that without a problem. But there we go. Go ahead and give it to him. And get that coin. See, there we go. We got that one. Get a few of these in. I could have been doing these before had I paid attention to the fact that I didn't have enough of them. But the reason that that I like this is I'm showing or attempting to show that it doesn't have to be a perfect run to be able to do a solo run. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, you can attempt a solo run and magically it will work for you. You have to have some knowledge of the recipes and what they give, and time management as far as how long something takes to cook, how long something, you know, takes to grow, and all of that, how fast you're moving, how many coins something is. Now, I mess up all the time and run off somewhere without coins and stuff like that. So that does waste precious time, which that's what this is all about. It's a race against time. That's essentially what we got. Oh, you want some soup? So we'll be making the tomato soup, of course. And I pick up these coins for the most part. You don't have to. You can just leave them. But it bothers me that they're all over there, all muckety-muck and stuff like that. So I always have to do that. Now, I am going to drop these for the most part because we're going to get one garlic and one tomato. Now, we're going to go through and open this, but we're also going to get 6 of these bushes so that we can make 2 spot spice. That will make it a lot easier because we know that we will be using those at some point, and we want to make sure that we already have them handy and stuff. That way, again, like I said, since they don't spoil, things like the flour, the spot spice, the salt, none of those rot. So since it doesn't rot, that makes it a lot easier for us to get those and have them already, and then not have to worry about going back to get them later. Now, I don't always use the 2, but just in case. Now, we only really need 2 of these garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this other one down here. If the birds eat it, it's no big deal. If they don't, we'll plant it. Doesn't really matter. Right now, we're going to see, look, the next salt is done. Yay, salt. We like salt. And then we'll grind the salt and the spot spice at the same time. Now, sometimes I come up here and I'll have flour at the same time. Let me see what we got. Okay, hold on. Let me get this other one of these. See, look, mucking it up, I tell you, mucking it up. Now, I'm not going to get the big cook pot because I don't actually use that one. The only thing that I actually use is the big oven one. You can open all of the things and go and get that one, or you can end up just purchasing it from the guy up in the pink area. Now, to do the tomato soup, you can do that with 2 tomatoes, 1 spot spice, or 3 tomatoes. It gives you a variation on the recipe. But we're going to run down here and let's go ahead and convert our key, because we do know for a fact that we need to open at least 2 of the chests so that we can have the plates that we need and the bowls that we need. We are going to try plating 4 recipes, same as we didn't plate the first 4 to buy us time and to get us coins. We'll try to plate the last 4 to get the favors. Now, the reason that I say the last 4 is because the way that it usually goes through is that you get the 5th dish will give you the red coin so that you can buy the milk. Now we need to speed grow these really quick because they're not done yet. And this is why we gathered the poop, so that we could go ahead and grab these and have them when we were, ready for them. It looked like I tried to just put that poo in a bowl. Nasty. All right, anyway. So we're going to go ahead and cook up the soup. Right now, remember, this is the first one that we will plate. We will definitely plate this one. It is a necessity to get the red mark. Like I said, the tomato is probably like the best thing in here because not only is it a veg, but it is a soup and it is a snack and it can be so many things. Now I'm going to toss these potatoes out because I just planted those just in case. And I'll get a couple of these in here. Just tilling, again, just in case. Like I said, it's a matter of doing as many things as possible all at one time. Just hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. All right, now, make sure you bowl this, because if you don't put it in the fancy bowl, well, it just doesn't taste as nice, does it? He evidently likes the fancier things in life. Now, this will give us, like I said, look, it gives us the red coin. And we can get milks from them. But you don't want to get the milk right away. Wait, get off that. He's eating my potatoes. Wow. Anyway, so he wants a meal on bread, or a meal of bread, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to put a garlic in there and 2 flour. And see, we already have the oven, so we didn't have to scramble to buy it. We knew we would need it, so we got it ahead of time. And look, my inventory is full, so another mark against me. I told you, keep your inventory clear. I'm going to stick these in here. Again, I don't think that we'll need them. We have them as a just-in-case kind of thing. So we're going to go up here and look, the other salt is ready. So if you want to do syrup recipes and stuff like that, your other one would be ready as well. But we're going to go ahead and get the flour, and then we're going to open the chest down here and see if we get, hopefully we get the big casserole dish for the oven. And of course we don't. I'm going to go ahead and grab a fish just in case. Like I said, once you know kind of the repetition of the dishes as they come out, you can look on the clay forums and stuff as well. It'll tell you what the first 9 rotations are and the variations that it can have. So I got the fish just in case we need it, because we may need a fish dish. We may not need a fish dish. It may be a meat dish. We just try to keep up with it the best that we can, and I try to pre-prepare. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this up. Stick the fish in there. Here, have this. Take it. Take it, I tell you. Take it. Maybe? Oh. Maybe not. So, see, look. So, we've got all that. There we go. It was sacrificed. And see, okay, so now we want pasta. So with the pasta, the easiest thing to make with pasta is mac and cheese. Now, what is great is we are going to have pasta, which will be this one, right? Now, the next one is going to be the dessert. Mac and cheese, however, cooks really fast, so be careful. Oh, I just realized. See, this is where we need the big casserole dish, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to make cheesecake. And we can't make cheesecake because we don't have the big thing. So hold on, let's get the oops. Good Lord. Pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. Just bowl it, will ya? All right, so there we go. Grab that. Now let's go give this. Yes, take it. Have it, I tell you. There we go. All right, pleased with the offering. First, there we go. First favor. Dessert. Yeah, I knew it. Now, okay, I could run over here and I could get the salt. No, you know what I'm going to do? Never mind. We're going to go over here and we're going to actually go and just buy it. And the reason is, let me drop this stuff off, because it'll be much faster than running all the way down and getting the other thing. So let me get some coins. Hang on. Ay. See, talking about mucking things up. All right, so my inventory is overly full as usual, and we need the big cook pot. Let's see, not cook pot, I'm sorry. There you go, large casserole dish. Drop those coins. We won't. There's a bunch of coins back down there, so don't obsess about like, oh my God, I need these coins. We don't need to hoard everything in this particular game. Right now, we're just trying to get things done in a manner of time so that we can get the favors and get the heck out of here. So 2 milk, a flour, and a berry. Bam. We've got that going on. How many logs we got? We got 7 logs. All right, let's put a couple in there. All right, 3 of those. And then, let's see. All right, so we've got the fish. Gonna go ahead and make a fish dish just in case. Like I said, I try to go ahead and pre-make some dishes as I can, just because it's possible that we may need it. And we've got one of the favors. Now, we should get our second favor from this. And I'm doing this because I don't want the fish to go bad. Now, it'll be a few recipes before we may even have a need for that. So it's not that big of a deal. But it's a possibility. So we're just preparing for the possible, yeah? You never know, right? Let me go ahead and grab this. We're going to need that for the bowl for the fish, and the plate is for the dessert, which will be the cheesecake if it ever gets done. Come on now. Cook it up, I tell you. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Grab it, I tell you. Grab it. It's so hot. Ow, I burnt myself. I always wonder about the fact they need to put on like little, pot holders. Get some things on. All right, so throw this. Well, don't throw it for real, but, toss this up there. We're watching that. Oh, yeah, see? There we go. It's done. What does he want? Cheese. Oh, my God. So there we go. Take this out of there. Now, look. Now, grab that and that. We have 2 of the favors, right? Now, grab the flour. Put this in here. We're going to make mac and cheese again. Now, the thing is this is why it's so great once you get milk and stuff. You see how many recipes we can make with the milk? Evidently, there's a big thing about milk, and I have no idea why I just did both of those, because that was unnecessary. We only need one more favor. But the thing that I like about this is because once you have the milk, you saw that we did dessert, we did pasta, now we're doing a cheese. And mac and cheese cooks so fast that with the mac and cheese, you can do anything. We love mac and cheese. We love tomato soup, yes? I'm picking these up. Why? Because, well, they're messy. Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me. He wants a meal of bread, does he now? All right, picked all those up. Now we're just being foolish. Let's just, here, have this because we cooked it for you. Eat it anyway. You will like it. Let's go ahead and get our key. And bam, pick up these coins. Pasta. We could have made you more mac and cheese. And that's how you do it, folks. So see, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be pro. You can do it a bunch of different ways and still accomplish the same goals. And so I bid you adieu for now. Give us a like, give us some love, and give us a follow. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is the Key Mom. Bye, everybody.